Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you think you know exactly how the 2026 tournament is going to play out, well, you might want to think again. Thanks to a highly disruptive, completely revolutionary new rulebook, the game as we know it is going to be pretty much unrecognizable. FIFA has taken a hard look at modern football and decided to just shake the whole thing up from the ground up. We're talking about radical changes that are going to fundamentally alter how teams play, how managers scheme, and honestly, how we experience the beautiful game.
To make sense of all this, we've broken these changes down into four main sections: stopping time wasting, cracking down on behavior, the new VAR era, and finally, the 2026 impact.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, stopping time wasting, or as I like to call it, the absolute war on the clock train.
We've all seen this, right? A team is up by a goal in the 80th minute, and the player getting subbed off suddenly decides to take a scenic stroll, high-fiving every single teammate, soaking in the applause, basically moving at a snail's pace to kill momentum. Well, rule number 1 introduces a super strict 10-second limit for players to leave the pitch during a sub. If that player doesn't clear out in 10 seconds flat, boom, their team faces immediate consequences. It forces this intense sense of urgency that is absolutely going to change late-game management.
And it doesn't stop there. Accelerating things even further, Rule 5 drops a massive 5-second countdown on all throw-ins and goal kicks. Just think about what that means for the pacing of a match. Goalkeepers can't casually take 30 seconds to set up a kick anymore, and defenders can't just stand on the touchline waiting for the perfect run. The goal here is loud and clear. Keep the ball in play continuously. You've got 5 seconds, grab the ball, and go. It's a brilliant anti-time wasting measure that'll definitely keep our heart rates up.
Moving right along to Section 2, cracking down on behavior. This is where FIFA is taking a massive, aggressive stand on discipline and on-pitch safety.
Now, Rule 2 actually has a really fascinating real-world catalyst, the highly publicized Vinicius Jr. incident. Historically, we see players doing this a million times, covering their mouths with their hands or pulling up their jerseys when talking to a ref or an opponent just to hide what they're saying from the cameras. Heading into 2026, doing that is an automatic red card. It's a strict zero-tolerance policy. FIFA is essentially demanding total transparency on the pitch. If you feel the need to hide what you're saying, FIFA just assumes you've crossed the line and you're immediately ejected, no questions asked.
Furthermore, Rule 6 completely rewrites how injuries are handled, specifically to stop players from faking it. If you go down and require medical attention, you obviously have to leave the pitch. But here's the kicker. You are now forced to wait 1 full minute on the sidelines before returning. It's honestly a brilliant double-edged sword. If a player is genuinely hurt, great. They get uninterrupted time to be evaluated. But if someone's just faking an injury to break up an opponent's counterattack, well, their team is now stuck playing a man down for a guaranteed 60 seconds. It definitely makes you think twice before taking a dive.
Okay, shifting gears to Section 3, the new VAR era. It is time to talk about the expanding powers of the digital referee.
So VAR is getting 2 huge technological upgrades. First up, officials can actually review corner kick decisions now. We all know that specific frustration of watching the ball go out and the ref completely guessing who touched it last. Now, VAR can step in and fix it. Second, and this is absolutely massive, VAR can now review and overturn wrongly issued second yellow cards. Previously, they couldn't touch a yellow, even if, that second yellow meant a player was totally unjustly sent off. Now, the digital ref can step in and correct those match-altering mistakes. But before we close out the tech side of things, we've got to ask a question about football's absolute final frontier of controversy. We've tackled the clock, behavior, corners, and yellows, but what about the most debated rule in the sport? Can technology actually completely eliminate offside errors?
Well, the answer lies in this wild bonus upgrade, 3D avatar technology. Forget about a human official drawing questionable lines across a grainy 2D replay monitor. This new system will automatically and instantly track player limbs in real time, creating digital player models to flawlessly determine offside positions. The whole point is to virtually wipe out human error in these disputes. No more agonizing 3-minute delays for an offside check. This avatar system is designed to provide immediate, crystal-clear accuracy. Which brings us to our final stop, Section 4, the 2026 impact. This is really the ultimate evolution of the game. When you step back and combine all of this, the 10-second sublimits, the harsh automatic red cards for hidden speech, the 60-second penalty for medics on the pitch, and an all-seeing VAR, the takeaways for 2026 are just massive. We are looking at a tournament with dramatically accelerated match pacing. We're talking about the total eradication of cheap, time-wasting tactics. Poor sportsmanship is going to have severe, immediate consequences, and we will witness unprecedented technological accuracy dictating the outcomes.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want you to consider how radically different your favorite team's strategy is going to have to be under this new rulebook. They won't be able to just run down the clock, fake an injury, or escape the digital eye of VAR. Everything is incredibly transparent, blindingly fast, and super strict. So looking at everything we've just covered, ask yourself, which of these radical changes is going to define the next World Cup champion? Will it be the team that adapts perfectly to the 5-second countdowns, or the one that keeps their cool to avoid those automatic reds?